Welcome to the HFY Vault channel. Remember to like and subscribe if you like the story. Enjoy and take care. The twin suns of Zarathia blazed over the vast alien city, their golden light glinting off the silver towers and shimmering canals. Among the bustling streets, one figure moved with unmatched grace, a woman no one dared to approach. Her skin shimmered like liquid crystal, her eyes glowed faintly with the wisdom of centuries, and her aura radiated power. The citizens whispered her name in hushed tones, Varela, the Untouchable. No one knew where she had come from or how old she was. All they knew was that she could command the attention of every being around her without a word, and no one could ever hope to get close. Her beauty was intoxicating, but it was her cold, unyielding demeanor that kept all at bay. Guards flanked her everywhere, and even the city's most daring individuals had learned to avoid her path. That was until Captain Marcus Elon, a human explorer from Earth, arrived on Zarathia. Marcus was known for his courage, but even he had heard the legends about Varela. Yet, he was not deterred. Humans were curious by nature, and curiosity had brought him across galaxies. Marcus's first encounter with Varela was unexpected. He was wandering through a crowded market, scanning alien artifacts and odd foods, when a sudden commotion erupted. A group of rogue traders had cornered Varela, attempting to steal her ceremonial staff, a staff said to hold immense power. Instinctively, Marcus rushed forward. Without thinking, he shoved the nearest trader aside. The crowd gasped. No one had dared to interfere before. Varela's eyes snapped to him, glowing brighter than ever. Marcus felt a strange heat run through him, almost like her gaze was seeing into the very core of his being. "You, humans are bold," she said, her voice melodic but icy. "Why do you risk yourself for me?" Marcus straightened. "Because no one deserves to be attacked. Not even the Untouchable." Varela studied him silently. For the first time, someone had spoken to her without fear. Someone had acted without hesitation. It was disarming. A small, almost imperceptible smile curved her lips, though she quickly masked it. From that moment, a delicate, uneasy connection began to form. Varela could not deny the strange pull she felt toward the human. He was different, clumsy, curious, unpredictable, and yet somehow honest in a way no Zarathian had ever been. Days passed, and Marcus stayed in the city, observing and learning. He saw Varela only from a distance at first, her presence commanding every room she entered. But slowly, their paths crossed more often. A minor accident in a research lab forced them to work together, repairing a broken energy conduit that threatened to destroy a sector of the city. As they worked side by side, something unexpected happened. Varela laughed, a sound no Zarathian had heard before. It was bright, rare, and full of warmth. Marcus was startled by it, but he could not stop himself from smiling. "You have a strange way of seeing the world," she said, her eyes softening slightly. "Most are blinded by power, ambition, or fear. You simply see things as they are." Marcus shrugged. "I guess humans have that luxury. We aren't born with centuries of expectation or fear of reputation. We act." Their bond grew slowly, but word spread like wildfire. The citizens of Zarathia were shocked. Varela, the Untouchable, was seen walking alongside a human. Murmurs filled the streets, some filled with envy, others with disbelief. Yet, Varela seemed unfazed. For the first time in centuries, she felt a sense of freedom, not just from fear, but from isolation. But freedom came at a price. The ruling council of Zarathia did not approve of any closeness between Varela and an outsider. They feared Marcus could influence her decisions, perhaps even challenge their authority. One evening, as the twin suns set, casting long shadows over the city, the council summoned Varela. "You have defied centuries of tradition," the council leader hissed. "And you are endangering our city by consorting with a human. He must leave, or you will face exile." Varela's eyes narrowed. "And if I refuse? Then you will be stripped of your rank and all privileges. You will become nothing." Marcus overheard the confrontation, hidden behind the grand doors of the council chamber. He stepped forward, placing himself between Varela and the council guards. "No," he said firmly. "She's not alone. And she doesn't have to face this fear by herself. The council erupted in anger. Humans were unpredictable, dangerous, and arrogant. They had no place in Zarathian politics. Yet Marcus stood his ground, calmly and confidently, refusing to back down. Virella felt a surge of something she had never experienced: trust. Trust, and perhaps something deeper. In that moment, she realized that she had let herself become untouchable for fear, for control, for centuries of solitude. But now, for the first time, someone had touched not just her body, but her heart and mind. The next days were tense. Marcus and Virella moved cautiously, aware of spies and hidden threats. But they continued to work together, quietly undermining the council's attempts to separate them. They discovered ancient archives hidden beneath the city, revealing truths about Zarathia's history, the council's corruption, and the real source of Virella's power, a power that could reshape the entire planet. One night, standing on a balcony overlooking the glowing city, Virella finally spoke openly. "I have lived my life in fear," she admitted softly, "not of others, but of losing myself. I built walls around me, thinking it would protect me. But you've broken them." Marcus looked at her, his expression gentle. "Sometimes, the right person doesn't just knock down walls. They help you find the door you never knew was there." And so, their partnership became a force unlike anything Zarathia had ever seen. Together, human ingenuity and Zarathian power forged new paths, challenged old laws, and united divided citizens. Virella was no longer untouchable. She had chosen to be seen, to be vulnerable, to trust. And in doing so, she discovered that the greatest power was not in isolation, but in connection. In the end, Virella's story became legend not because she was untouchable, but because she had dared to let someone touch her world, her heart, and change it forever.